The emergency $14.5 million that Indianapolis will use to fix potholes will be gone in a month.
Paying for road repairs is an issue that we have here in central Indiana year after year after year. So tonight we're asking why the city simply doesn't have enough money, even with that brand new gasoline tax they put in place that was meant to help things like this go a lot smoother. Mary Mills spent the day gathering answers, and Mary, you found out it comes down to a formula, and Indianapolis is kind of left short.
That's right. Indianapolis relies on that gas tax for the majority of its road work, and that increase in the gas tax, it means about an extra $15 million this year. Now, it helps, but ultimately it's just enough to pave 7 miles, which is essentially from here to 71st Street. Every time you fill up at the pump, you pay gasoline tax, with that revenue divvied up to cities across the state. But some might argue not equitably. The revenue is not based on population, traffic volume, or perhaps most importantly, the total number of lanes. Instead, funding is based on center lane miles. That means a 3-mile stretch of a single-lane county road gets the same amount of money as, say, a 5-mile stretch of Keystone Avenue, even though Keystone is 6 lanes across.
We get gas taxes on about 3,300 center lane miles here in Indianapolis. We have 8,148 travel lanes. That's a huge gap. We have more multi-lane roads than anywhere else in the state.
In fact, DPW's Dan Parker says traveling every single lane mile in Indy would be one long road trip, like traveling to Anchorage, Alaska, back to Indy and on to Washington, D.C. How's that possible? Well, Indianapolis isn't just the largest city in Indiana, but the one with the most landmass. At 400 square miles, you could fit 3 Atlanta, Georgias within its boundaries. So, a lot of land miles and a lot of traffic. Parker says about 170,000 vehicles a day come into Indy from other counties, not to mention the truck traffic and buses adding more wear and tear. But back to the gas tax. INDOT gets most of it. Parker says with 28,000 lane miles, it should, to fix interstates and state roads in need of major repairs. But he also says, given Indy's sheer size, it should get additional funding.
We're roughly 30% of the inventory that the Indiana Department of Transportation has statewide, but yet we only have 8% of their budget. So the time has come now to really look at the long-term needs for municipalities like Indianapolis.
And I'm told that formula has been around for a while. It's meant to ensure that rural areas have the money they need to fix roads. Will it ever change? City leaders certainly hope so, but it won't be easy. Ann and John.